sir. I know where we're starting at. Let's see this. Then give me your Uka 9. Romans 15:4. See if it's your Uka 9. Wait, hold that. Listen to the book.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
For what reason?
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
That's beautiful. Yasha, Yahoo, which is Isaiah, they'll call it Isaiah. I don't want to say which is, as though it is. We're not translating for them. We're transforming our minds. Isn't that right? We're trying to turn our minds back over, which is our law. The law will deal with the heart and with the mind. Heart is not necessarily what we would call like the functioning part, but it would be referred to more the heart because we look at the value system of the heart. You know what happened if the heart stopped beating, right? So that's right. So that's almost being the soul of existence for us, the heart. When you're talking the heart, what is he talking about? The inward part, right? That's what we want this thing. We want to be on our inward parts. Y'all got it? All right. So we look at with the inward part, that's what each believe with, right? And with the mouth confession is made. That's right. That's how you're going to do it. So we got to make sure this teaching get in. That's what he told you we're going to do. Hold what you got. He said, and whatsoever things are written aforetime were written
for our learning,
that we through patience
and comfort of the scriptures
might
have hope.
Hit me up at that Yeshayahu 46:10. That's what I want. Other one, Abarim, Hebrews. Let's see. 8 and 6. They call it Hebrew. Listen to the book.
Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done.
Y'all see what he told you doing? What was he doing?
Declaring the end from the beginning.
That's what we're looking at. They said declaring the end at the beginning. Excuse me. Y'all all right? That's what he said he did. That's not what I wanted, but that's right. That's what he said he did. So I declared the end at the beginning. What's that? What's that? Let's see. What's that word? Yeah. Ya'u'al. Called Joel. Ya'u'al. Let's see if it's 3 and 8. Let's see 3 and 7. Let's see what happens. Well, since we're down, I don't know. See how this is going to work out. Ya'u'al. Let's see 1 and 1. Since we're down, right? Ya'u'al. Joel, they'll call it. Which will more likely be what the Yah is Elohim. Correct, Pastor? Ya'u'al. Can you believe that? People want to know who he is. That's what he just told us. So we read in Barashit when they call him Elohim. That's what his name, Ya'u'al, means. It's telling us that Yah is Elohim. Makes sense. What does Joel mean? The first Joel. The same thing. Let's say I was up there preaching one time years ago. I was finding out about a Noel. I don't know what is a Noel. We don't know what a Noel. Yeah, preacher. I know what. I said, you know what Noel is? Yeah, that's my middle name. I said, there you have it, folks. I found your Noel right here. I found right now I was going out preaching. I said, right here, on this show. On this show you can find a Noel. I found it. Oh, Lord, I said, you ever seen a Noel? I found it. Isn't that right? Behold the Noel. Isn't that right? They bring it in. L of the world. Listen, this is y'all all one in one. Let's see what it says. Listen to the book.
The debar of Yahuwah that came to Yahuwah, the Ben of Pethuel, hear this, ye old Anashim, and give ear, all ye inhabitants of the Beth.
Mm-hmm.
Have this been in your Yamim?
He said, had this been in your Yamim, like what?
Or even in the Yamim of your Abba.
See that? He said, had it been in their time or even in the days of their fathers. What happened?
Tell ye your Beni of it.
See that? He said, I want you to tell your sons of it, your children of it. And what else?
And let your Beni
do what?
Tell their Beni.
Uh-huh.
And their Beni another Tuladah.
Yeah, see that? That'll give you 3 generations. What happened?
That which the palmer worm have left.
What happened?
Have the locust eaten.
See that? What else happened?
And that which the locust hath left.
What happened?
Have the cankerworm eaten.
What else happened?
And that which the cankerworm hath left.
What happened?
Have the caterpillar eaten.
Yeah.
Awake, ye drunkards, and weep and howl, all ye drinkers of wine.
Yeah.
Because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth.
See that? He started talking about all the destroying locusts that would come in. These are actually grasshoppers. These are different forms of them. And locusts, the crawling grasshopper, the crawling locusts, the destroying, the chewing locusts. He let them know all these different things coming. Everything was left, he had something else to come in and take it out. And make sure there be nothing left at the end. That's why we got to wait. We got to become conscious now. We can't afford to sit around and not be conscious. And he tried to let them know, had this been in your Yamin, or even the Yamin in your Abbas. But he wanted them to tell a generation and let them tell another generation and let them continue to tell them to come on. Can you imagine? This is exactly what's happening to them in Saudi Arabia. And that's not on the plate. They got other parts over there as well getting it. That's dealing with these locusts. They eating up all the vegetation. And you know what he told them? Had this been in your Yamin, had this even happened in their Abbas Yamin, can you imagine what's happening? He already told us about it. You ain't going to believe what he's doing. He declared the end at the beginning. He just told them, this didn't happen in your father's time. It didn't happen in your time. So I want you to tell your children, and let your children tell their children, and their children tell another generation about what's getting ready to happen. Can you imagine that? These locusts are eating up all the vegetation. And they also got the other cockroaches with them. They also got the grasshoppers with them. All these animals are sitting there eating up the vegetation from them. Who else told about it first? He said, I told you, I declared it in the beginning. I told you I see how it work out. Come on, give me 3 and 7. Y'all all 3 and 7. Other one, let me see that one. Other one, see if that's some Barashit. One, I don't know. See if it's 3. I'll work it out. Some kind of way, right? We'll work it out. Some kind of way. Listen to the book.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
He said, behold, I will raise them out of the place where you have sold them. What happened?
And will return your recompense upon
So what white people
head.
got sold at? Explain me how white people justify themselves when they read that and go and tell you about what's, Jessica can help us if you don't mind. Were you ever told about whites being sold in slavery? So I'm just curious, how do white people tell, what do they tell themselves when they read this?
Right.
They'll create and fictionalize some stuff.
Yep.
White people don't say no damn thing to me. You know, your great-granddad was sold as slaves, and your great-grandma, what the hell? Little babies being cut up at the dinner table. White people ain't come. Say, your mama ever told you about how her people sold as slaves? White people don't have this conversation. All the time white people had this conversation when they want to integrate this stuff and say, you know, my great. Hell, y'all ain't even related. Grandmammy was 3/6 of an eighth Indian. See that one time, see that? But that's how they'll associate themselves to try to claim. But they don't come and say mix with you. They know they got some of you in them.
Right.
They'll go claim an Indian.
Yep.
They'll claim a damn Indian in a minute.
Yep.
Go claim a Spaniard. They don't want to build a wall. Go claim a Spaniard mix and throw it on themselves and won't claim us. Well, that's what they're doing anyway. It's just the fact of how people put things up. The man said he gonna raise you from all places where you were sold. Where were all white people picked up? Where are all these slave white people sold at? It kills me to hear these stories they give you of white slavery. And whites had white slaves and they were sold and mistreated. Do you know they were made to have to be over the Negroes? You know whites way back in slavery time were only paid $500 a day? I heard a white man tell me about how hard it was growing up. He said, man, they had one car. This shit like back in the 50s. Folks walking like hell back then. They don't have one car. They tell you about their stories of suffering. You're like, shit, that's big timing with us. You see, but if they know if they tell it to another white person, they like, wow, that's pitiful. If people just call you a nigger? I mean, they look at they had so much. They have so much the stuff that white people call poor. For not every one of them, because it's something that did grow up dirt poor. But you know, for a lot of them, try to get that story of like poor, like just stop it. Just stop it. See, that's stardom. Ain't that right? But listen to the book.
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
See, that ain't gonna turn the recompense upon their own head. What else happened?
And I will sell your Beni and your Banu into the hand of the Beni of Yehuda.
See that? Gonna come right back and we're gonna have to buy them. Ain't that right? Can they imagine? That's why you gotta be careful what you do. They gonna come right back. In the book said they that led into captivity, gonna be led into captivity. That's our law. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Oh, what you got? Pick me up at the 16th chapter. Say that, 15th chapter, 14, 15. 15:9, Shafatim, they call judges. Shafatim, 15. Give me 7. See what happened. Book right. I ain't got no problem with the book.
That's right.
Even correct, I ain't got no problem. Might hurt, but I'll take it. Is that right? Because this is what I live by. I'm going to fail by a lot of other people's standards. You ain't the book, though. I ain't expecting to meet none of your expectation. I'm talking to people out there in the world. I'm looking at me his expectation. Listen to the book.
And Shamshun said unto them, though ye have done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease.
You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Can y'all believe that? Though what happened?
Though ye have done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease.
Let's see something. Can we jump off subject for a minute? How many of y'all understand that? What did you understand he just said? He gonna get his get back. So what? Eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. What did y'all get from that? Don't worry about it. You're gonna pick me up 2 places. Pick me up at the book of Matthew, chapter 22:41. Other one gonna give me Matthew. (22:41). Matthew 2. And 27. Listen to the book. Oh, I gotta cut your mic on.
Well, the Pharisees.
No, 27. What's that verse? 23. Well, take 4 off. It's not hard. What is it? That's all we're gonna do. Take something off. Make it 20. 2 and 20. Listen.
While the Pharisees were gathered together.
Don't be surprised now we get in judgment and come up and say, there was a 27. That cracker took them all. Ain't that right? I'll be like Tupac, I told you. Back in 94, that's it. Listen.
While the Pharisees were
Dave,
together,
that ain't your wife. No, go ahead, I know that.
Yahusha asked them,
Talking about Dave Chappelle now, I don't want nobody to go tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Now, for him is, somebody he said, tell me not Dave, why? I'm not talking about him. I had a little him. We had to clear stuff up. Somebody took some, went way out somewhere. I ain't said that now. Listen.
Yahusha asked them, saying, what think ye of Mashiach?
What think you what now?
Of Mashiach.
What happened?
Whose ben is he?
They want to know whose son is it. Tell me what happened.
They say unto him,
what did they say?
The ben of Daud.
The son of Daud. What did they have to do anything?
He saith unto them,
what did he say?
How then does Daud in Ruach call him Adon, saying,
He want to know, how does Daud in the Ruach call him Adon? How does Daud in the Ruach call him? Because they're speaking what they would say in the spirit, and he's calling him Adon. What happened?
Yahuwah said unto my Adon,
he said, Yahuwah said unto my Adon,
sit thou on my right hand.
Sit thou where?
On my right hand.
Sit thou where?
On my right hand.
How long?
Till I make thine enemies thy footstool.
What happened?
If Daud then call him Adon, how is he his ben?
At the 2nd chapter of the book of Matthew. 2:20. Matthew. Listen to the book.
Saying, arise and take the young Yalid and his mother and go into the Beth of Yasharal.
Yeah.
For they are moot, which sought the young Yalid's Kai.
Because they are dead which sought the young child's life. What happened?
And he arose and took the young Yalid and his aim and came into the Beth of Yasharal.
Yeah.
And when he heard that Archelaus did reign in Yehuda in the room of his Abba Herod,
yeah,
he was afraid to go thither, notwithstanding being warned of Elohim in a dream.
What did he do?
He turned aside into the parts of Galilee.
What happened?
And he came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth.
Why?
That it might be fulfilled.
Why?
Which was spoken by the Nabiim.
Yeah.
He shall be called a Nazarene.
At the 15th chapter of the book of Shaphatim, Judges, 15:7. 15:7. Shaphatim. Listen to the book.
And Shamshun said unto them,
what did he say?
Though ye have done this,
though he told them, though you have done this, what happened?
Yet will I be avenged of you.
He said, yeah, I'm going to avenge myself behind this. I'm going to avenge it. I'm going to take vengeance on this. And what you going to do?
And after that, I'm
going to sit at the where?
I will cease.
After he kill them all, then he can sit down. Daud seen it. He told him to sit down here at his right hand till he make his image a footstool. Because after that, he could cease. That's how he was looking at. After I kill him, then I can sit down. Then I can rest. He looked at it. He knew he was going to do it. You know what's amazing about that? Your book told you? Vengeance in mine, said Yahuwah. I will do what?
I repay.
What did he say in 15:7?
And Shamshun said unto them.
He said, Yahuwah going to do what?
And Shamshun said unto them.
What did he say?
Though ye have done this.
Though ye have done this. What did the Most High going to do?
Yet will I be avenged of you.
Yeah.
And after that, I will cease.
I wonder what was he trying to tell us something. Because vengeance is Yahuwah. He said he will repay. Shamshun said they did him a service. And he said, I'm going to avenge it. I'm taking vengeance back on y'all. And after this, I'll stop. Then I'll sit down. Listen.
And he smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and dwelt in the top of the rock, Etam. Then the Philistines went up and pitched in Yehuda, and spread themselves in Lehi. And the Anashim of Yehuda said, why are ye come up against us? And they answered, to bind Samshun are we come up, to do to him as he hath done to us.
See what they looked down? They were coming to do to him what he did to them. What happened?
Then 3,000 Anashim of Yehuda went to the top of the rock, Etam, and said to Shamshun, knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us?
Yeah.
What is this that thou hast done unto us?
What happened?
And he said unto them,
What did he say?
as they did unto me,
You said, what did Yahuwah do?
so have I done unto them.
Shamshun said he did it. He said, they did it to me. I did it to them. See, he's just like they call Rambo. And they used to trying to calm me down. You need to go talk to them.
That's right.
That's right. They drew first blood. All he did was try to come in, and he came to meet his wife, and he had brought a kid. And he came in, he had took his wife and gave him away. People don't know this happened in slavery.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How many of y'all don't know about this?
That's right.
You do know in slavery, the master gave the Negro man his wife, which meant if he gave it, he could take it and give your wife to another man or to your friend. Shamshun wasn't no good slave. He looked at everything they did to him, he was going to inflict it right back on them. Huh? Amazing. And it's always how it is. Our people become fearful instead of saying, hell, we with him. Y'all shouldn't have went up that damn messing with him. Your ass, man, I'll come over here. But you know what we do? We make the man go give up, and we gonna grab him and tie him down and give him over to them. All the man come and do it, do the people that he told you everything he did. I was just trying to take vengeance on them. They did something to me, I was trying to do something to them. These people took my wife and gave my wife away and gave her to my friend. That's what they did to us. They took us and gave us away. You didn't even know you belonged to nobody else. They took us and gave us away. All the man came down to do, he tried to come back and get vengeance on these people. He looked at, y'all gave my wife away. He looked at, all I did was go away for a season. I was coming back. He's sick of that shit. Every time he walk out, come back, some shit done broke out. He left out dumb and come back and some shit done broke out. He's sick of it. And then when he come to try to get vengeance back on the people done it, we the first people jumping away. I don't know why we'll fight for bad. We'll fight for rotten people all the time. We'll put ourselves out for rotten people. Somebody stand up for a mite, we don't give a damn about them. That's right. We'll give more of these people to crucify them. We're in bad shape. They're bad shape. Listen to the book.
And they said unto him, we are come down to bind thee. That
we can't stand with you 3,000 up here. That's 3,001. You know what we came up here to do? We with you. Shit, especially they ruling over us. If they did it to you, hell, it's just a matter of time for they do it to us.
That's right.
They don't never think like that.
Oh.
Can't never get away my white leader, just yours. After that, white people stop. They only do it one time. When they sister ever done something else one time? We only had a mental capability to understand if they did it to him, what they'll do if you go off. First thing we do, sell them out, let them go, so we can please our oppressor. How many times we done fought with the Philistines? How many times it took a man like Dawood to keep all these people down? We done fought with these people, gazillions of times we done fought against these people. And we always sat around with the white people. Y'all know how many times we done fought back out with these people? It's never worked out when we calm down. Calming down never comes into, let's do this. You have half and I have half. It always, you go back to nigga, I go back to master. Mm-hmm. What conversation I'm having with a white man when something break out? It's never going to involve, you finna be fairly done. You going to have half the rule, I'm going to have half the rule. You going to have half to say, I'm going to have half to say. It's your ass go back to where you was, I'm going to go back and I'll be whooping your ass in a day from now.
Yep. And
we'll pick this up 40 more years from him. And my kids will pick up where I left off kicking on your ass. And your kids will lift off on they ass getting killed. They ass marching with signs. Why the white folks ain't marching no damn sign and we kicking ass?
That's right.
Ain't nothing changed. Why they ain't got the sign marching? Why white folks ain't singing we shall overcome? Hell, all the calm on your ass. That's right.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Let's say all these years you ain't went nowhere. You ain't gone nowhere to the mall. Yeah, man. They brag about a white salesman helped them out. Help overcharge your ass again for something else. They had coupons for. You just as proud as you can be. Spit in your damn water. You know that when I had a white waitress. Spit all in your shit. We still in the same place. They were serving us then. Why we think we went to the restaurant, we couldn't come sit at the counter. They tell, I don't want to look you in your damn face and bring you nothing. If I gotta give you something, you come to the back door and get it from a hole.
That's right.
They been working in restaurants. This ain't no new shit.
Oh.
Why people they want you sitting here watching them looking in their face like, damn, they're scuffing and sweating. Get your ass to the back door and I'll hand it to you out the window. What you looking at them? Niggas in their lower state. They don't like that. They don't like that. Ain't that right? You see him buying from their ass, they here slaving and working like hell, and you at the back end of the damn hole lined up waiting to get it. These folks ain't changed on how they feel about you. Not the masses. The sad part is you don't care how you get treated. Saying you hold a dog and I got to sit back whether your dog drink out of water fountain. I tear this shit off the wall.
That's right.
I kill your dog.
That's right.
They've been calling me Michael Vick in the 50s. Michael Vick, Michael Vick. Get a little ass and throw it through. Now take off running. Get that dog fake that thing, run that run with his little ass. Choke the hell out of him. There's no dog drink out no water fountain. Y'all know how demeaning that is? You don't even know when you get insulted. Go pull up on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Pull up black people rule over white people. Go look on your phone. Pick it up. Pick up your phones. Type it in. Black people put white folks in slavery. Pull the video up on YouTube. Shit gonna tell you, nigga, you crazy as hell. Hang that phone up. Phone gonna tell you Shabbat. Ain't you stupid? No, it ain't on now. Look it up. I wanna see if it's on now. Gonna be some cartoon shit they made up. All your story out. They still got pictures they can show you little kid walk around the damn fence and it's a zoo. Grown ass old decrepit crackers feeding a kid inside a gate. Making a damn like an animal. They still got him. Why nobody ain't tore that shit up and got rid of it?
That's right.
Put in a damn museum, your stupid ass, and they go, you see that? That's amazing. I slap your ass out of that room.
That's right.
I'm dying to slap your ass out. I'm not finna go watch that. Because after that, I'm coming my sleeve rolled up.
That's right.
And this gonna be wide damn old. Let me see no stuff like that.
That's right.
I'm like, Ray Gibson, man, you don't want to do that, boss. I'd be pissed at some stuff. I just can't be looking at that's crazy. I'm grown. This is me. I don't see taking a white kid, putting in no gate with a bunch of breakfast. Hey, come here, little animal. I'm not finna do no shit like that to no kid. Cause no rotten ass grown person. That don't even make sense. That ain't even common sense. With everything he done to me, that don't make sense to do that to no baby. His old decrepit ass will never be right in my sight. He'll say they be good with it. It's good with anything. Nothing provoke you to make you get up. Let me get a bunch of y'all to put a baby in a white baby in their feet and see if your ass still be on this planet. When they put up on YouTube, the next thing you hear, cow, boom, boom, that's your ass blowed up.
Yep.
White folks don't play that, and I don't blame them. They look at that kid as their future. That's ours. That's the nun, the seed, the Ben. That's the one that's going to continue the house. I'll be damn he going to set my face and take that away from me. That man stole 27 of them in the 80s. 27 of them, he took them and cut their penises off. He took this from them. Which is the yard. That's the male part or the sex part. The male sex part. That's what your picture's about. This is the yard. He knows this seed comes from here. He knows this means my house and my family will continue. So he kills him and he cuts this off. That's what he does to us. He takes this away from you. See, all of our pictograms are important to us because they symbolize something, objects or body parts. It's important for you to know that. He doesn't want you to know that. That's what he does to us. He does that to us. This man is also dangerous to us. The fact that he had enough sense to know to kill it, to take the penis and then erect it in their mouths. This is what the white man does to stop you, to cut you off. He know I not only just took him and killed him, I cut his yard off. This is something he's been doing for years. This is and nothing. Don't y'all know this same thing happened in England in in 1998, 97? That these people, they would take him from 2 to 8-year-old boys. They got over 399 of them that they took, kidnapped from Kush, they call Africa, murdered them, cut their penises off, put them in their mouth, and threw them in the river. Same practice he's been doing. Probably somebody black. When it took them kids all the way from Africa, 390 some of them, went and brought them all the way to England, cut their penis off and murdered them and put them in their mouth and threw them in the river. It's the same shit they did when they came to Kush when they needed to cross the river to get to the other side. Take your babies and throw them in there so they would occupy the gate, the crocodile so they could cross the rivers. Same shit he been doing. Same shit he do today. Only he does it because you're not educated. You don't see how important this is. Listen, if you can take this away, that's done. You don't have a house. You don't have a temple. You don't have a family. You don't have nothing. This is what the white man did to us, and this is why we don't have shit today. You got to talk like this to get you to understand the severity of the state that you're in. People have talked to us now. People have pacified us and pet our ass. Nothing has happened. If you take away the sun, the being, you've taken away everything. Go and take the Shamash away from him and see what happens. Life as you know it won't continue the way it is. He knows that. That's what he looked. That child is a bright, shining light for us. That's in expectation. That's in hope of a future when we see the sun. Man, you know, we get them times it just rain. You like, goodness, it rain. Then that sun come out. It's going to be a brighter. They had a lovely day. It's going to be a lovely day. Y'all remember that song? Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely, lovely day. You see that song, you know it's light for us. That's a future. He knows that. So he keeps your future bleak. He keeps it in despair. He keeps it where you're always hopeless, and there's never an end to the tragedy that you face. He knows that. He knows you can't ever know value, sister. You can't look at it. Listen, taking that sun away takes away everything from you. That takes everything. How you think you lost your land? Man, we trade our land for this book. They took your land. Where do you typically have a house at? On the land. He knew that. He took you from your home. He took you from your land. He did it because he took away your son. He knew you didn't have a future. You're not important. You just go pop and make another one. It's bad. It's bad. So what did Elohim have to do? He had to establish something for us. He knew what these people were going to do. And he had to set something up for us because he knew what they were going to do. Pick me up at Romans chapter 9, verse 25. See, all I want our people to do is get angry enough that you'll stand and you'll make a difference. Listen to the book.
As he saith also in OC, I will call them my arm, which were not my arm,
And
her beloved, which was not beloved.
listen.
And it shall come to pass that in the Malchum, where it was said unto them, Ye are not my arm,
What happened?
there shall they be called the Beni of the Kai Elohim.
Listen what happened.
Yashayahu also cried concerning Yasharal,
What did he say?
though the number of the Beni of Yasharal be as the sand of the sea,
Yeah.
a remnant shall be saved.
What happened?
For he will finish the work,
And
cut it short in Sadiq,
yeah.
because a short work will Yahuwah make upon the Araz.
Yeah.
And as Yashayahu said before,
Yeah.
except Yahuwah of Sabuth
They did what?
left us a seed.
That's what, see that? The nun. The nun. The only reason we needed a seed, because we knew then the son. This was going to mean something for us. This is important, but he left us the nun. A seed, continue, perpetual. That's what this is. Now you imagine if you put that in the house. You took this and put it in a continuing, perpetual, and put that in the house. It'll buy forever. Can you imagine that? You put that in the family, it's going to get. That's going to wind up getting inside the family. After a while, let me tell you what happened. Through slavery. Through slavery, we were induced with illnesses. You go to the doctor, they'll tell you you got high blood pressure, diabetes. What do they typically call this stuff? Which meaning it's a trait, a family trait. So what Mr. Yahuwah decided to do before these people got started, since you do some shit like that, how about if I took this and put this inside him? In this house, which means everybody in this house can be subject to catch it. And if they have kids, this stuff will become a trait in their children. This stuff here will wind up being hereditary. It continues through the family. Can you imagine that? That's what he did. He left us a seed. Tell them what would have happened.
Except Yahuwah of Sabuth had left us a seed,
What would have happened?
we had been as Sodoma,
And
been made like unto Gomorrah.
that's what he said. Which means we'd have been done. I don't know my mind running. Let me see. See if there's almost 5 and 1. Let me see. Amos, they call it. Moose. Let's see what I want. Perhaps. We'll see. Just how rushed I done got. Book right, though. Book right. Listen to the book.
Hear ye this the bar, which I take up against you, even a lamentation, O house of Yasharal. The virgin of Yasharal is fallen. She shall no more rise. She is forsaken upon her land.
Mm-hmm.
There is none to rise her up.
You hear that? There's none to Zaraka. What happened?
For thus saith Yahuwah Elohim,
What did it say?
the city that went out by 1,000
Y'all see what happened? The city that went out by 1,000. What did it do?
shall leave in 100, and that which went forth by 100
What happened?
shall leave 10
And what happened?
to the house of Yasharal.
Y'all hear that? The city that left out in 1,000 only came back in 100. And when 100 went out, it only came back with 10. Listen what happened.
For thus saith Yahuwah
What?
unto the house of Yasharal,
What did it say?
seek ye me, and ye shall live.
Yeah.
But seek not Bethal, nor enter into Gilgal, and pass not to Beersheba.
Yeah.
For Gilgal shall surely go into captivity,
Yeah.
and Bethal shall come to naught.
Yeah.
Seek Yahuwah,
Yeah.
and ye shall live, lest ye break out like fire in the house of Yahusuf, and devour it, and there be none to quench it.
Yeah.
In Bethal, ye who turn judgment to wormwood, and leave off righteousness in the Arats.
Yeah.
Seek him that maketh the 7 Kukabim, and Orion, and turneth the shadow of death unto the morning, and maketh the Yum dark with Layla, that calleth for the Maim of the sea, and poureth them out upon the Panim of the Arats.
Yeah.
Yahuwah is his name,
Yeah.
that strengtheneth the spoiled against the strong,
Yeah.
so that the spoiled shall come against the fortress. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. For as much, therefore, as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burdens of wheat, ye have built houses of hewn stone, but ye shall not dwell in them.
Yes.
Ye have planted pleasant vineyards,
Yes.
but ye shall not drink wine of them.
Yeah.
For I know your manifold transgressions,
Yeah.
and your mighty sins.
Yeah.
They afflict the Sadat, they take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their Sadiq. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time,
Yeah.
for it is an evil time.
Yeah.
Seek Ta'ub and not Rasha.
You hear what he said? The prudent gonna be silent that time. You remember they kept questioning Yahushua, he wouldn't say nothing.
That's right.
Because he was wise. He was wise. They had took a bribe. Y'all forgot what Yehuda did? He asked what would they give him. And he covered it with them for 30 pieces of silver. He saw this coming. And he kept trying to tell her what was going to happen. You left out 1,000, then you came back in 100. When you came back 100, you only had 10. He told you, be careful, lest fire break out on you, just like it did in Yahushua. And it divided the house, there'd be none to quench. Would that be equivalent except though the children of Yasharal be as the sand of the sea? Yet, only 10. Only a few going to be saved. That's the same thing we found out when Abraham talked to Yahuwah concerning the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. Pre-adventure, there'd be 50.
Right.
He said, I'll spare it.
That's right.
He got all the way down to 10. You know what he told him to do?
Get
Get them out.
That's right.
I'm going to destroy this city.
That's right.
So you know what he was doing the whole time? He was trying to save him a seed. That's all he was trying to show us then. That's what he did. There was a lot of people there, but he was saving a seed.
That's right.
Y'all didn't know that? That's what he was doing, was saving a seed. He was saving a seed. Lest all of it would have been burned up. That's what we were looking at. He kept trying to tell us. We hadn't been watching. He kept trying to tell us how he's going to come back up. He'd been declaring the end at the beginning.
That's right.
How he was going to come in, how it was going to be on us. How he was going to pour the Ma'in out upon this place. But don't worry about him. Don't pay no attention to none of that stuff. We're just in bad shape. We're just in bad shape. But we're dealing with a book that he done played with. Then you got that word Orion. I think that's something Greek anyway. We talk about the Shamaim, Orion. Orion, isn't that some Greek name?
Yes, sir. Greek
That's
God.
a Greek name. Why would he ever tell us he made Orion? That's their constellation.
Orion's
Why would he tell us about Orion? This how they'll induce something in, you'll get the ring, you get somewhere, then he'll just keep inducing something in your mind. Because they got that from their God. All that stuff that come up, that bull, the taller, I don't read none of that shit. I can't find that stuff no how.
That's right.
I always had problems trying to find it. They said, you said, they're like, oh, you're like, big dip my ass way over here and start up,
That's
dip
right.
and turn.
That's
I
right.
never could read that stuff.
That's right.
Targe the bull. Man, I ain't got time looking at that shit,
That's
man.
right.
They ain't gonna help me no how.
That's right.
Bill's still gonna be behind.
Yep.
Fooling with that stuff. That stuff these folks gonna start putting together. Hey, you out here. But you talk about these stargazers. I don't read for that stuff. I don't waste my time. I don't. That's it. I don't have time to look at it. When they look, they told you they seen his kukab. They seen that one, and that one would lead them to him. That was it. Them folks wasn't looking about that stuff, going reading no constellation, trying to make out. Now we were reading the constellation, so we knew what events were getting ready to happen on Earth. Tar the bull, big dipper, little dipper. That shit don't tell you nothing. It don't tell you absolutely nothing. We look because it started to tell us about season. And by season, certain things he said, it helped us to recognize things. At 8 and 1 in that Moose. Moose 8 and 1. Amos 8 and 1. Listen.
Thus hath Yahuwah Elohim shewed unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit.
See? What happened?
And he said, Amuz, what seest thou? And I said, a basket of summer fruit.
So what happened?
Then said Yahuwah unto me, the end is come upon my arm of Yasharal.
See that? The end is come upon my people. Yasharal. Can you believe that? He was saying the end is come. So you know what he know? He would have known about the constellation. He knew about the Shamash, and he knew about the Yared. That's how he'd know what happened when he told him the end. So they would let you know he had been talking about in the 7, which is Shalashi Yared. He would have needed to know that. He would know about that. This would have been important. This would have been important for him. Because you're going to start to move into the Solstice. That's the time the crackers done came and gave y'all Hanukkah.
That's right.
They gave it to you for a reason.
That's right.
That's the time of the year that when the sun does it twice, the Shamash, that it grows further and closer to the Arise.
That's right.
At midnight.
That's right.
It starts to draw closer and further away. The solstice. That's what these people deal with. That's why they have a festival of lights. And they give it to you and they call it Hanukkah. So he would have knew something. One or two things were getting ready to happen. He was either going to draw away from them or closer to them. But you wouldn't know that. You think these crackers going to tell y'all what they actual price when they're doing Hanukkah? They're never going to tell you what the sun is doing. That it's drawing further and closer away. Let's see what happened. 55 and 5. Well, 59 and 1. Yeshayahu. Listen to the book.
Behold, Yahuwah's hand is not shortened,
Then he can do what?
that it cannot save,
What happened?
neither his ear heavy,
That he do what?
that it cannot hear.
But what happened?
Your iniquities
Had did what?
separated between you and your Elohim,
The solstice. The solstice. The Shamash, twice a year, draws away and closer to. So what you think was happening right now? What was happening now, Aki? It was pulling away. Exactly. So you know what would happen? These are things we would have known, we would have watched for, and we would have noticed that the Shamash is getting away from the Arise. These are things, you need the sun because it radiates the heat. So now you're losing. It's getting away from you. During your time of coming up for Matsu bread, you ain't gonna believe what happened. It's drawing closer. So everything he would have told you, you would have had an understanding that something is causing it to go away. It's that time that it's getting further away. Then your book told you to draw now.
That's right.
That's what he told you to do. You know who's supposed to do that? The sun. The Beni should be getting closer. See, this is why it's going to be important for us to get back to farming and doing what we need to do, because there's too much we don't know. There's just too much that he tells you that you just have not an inkling of what he's talking about. They would have. Because it'll recognize that the Shamash is getting away from us. Huh? We needed to draw near. As he told her, draw near, purify your hands. What was it? You sinners, you double-minded. He wants you to draw near. Because you're supposed to be the sons, the Beni. Don't worry about it. Come on, finish out.
But your iniquities have badal between you and your Elohim, and your Kotar have hid his pani from you.
So that what?
He will not hear.
That's important for you. You know that? That was important for you. When you sa'ak, when you cry, that's a cry for help. The problem we have is you can't get anything to happen for you because he's gone away from you. He's withdrawn from you. So now when you sa'ak, I can't hear you. Huh? Because you left off. You turned, so therefore he's separated from you. Got a lot of work we got to do. We got to fix all these violations we got. Your sin and your iniquity, and hit his face, and separated so that he will not hear. That much space between us. Let's see what happened at 55 and 5. Yeshayahu. The time winding. Listen to the book.
Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not,
Yeah.
and nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of Yahuwah thy Elohim.
See that? Listen.
And for the Kudash one of Yasharal, for he hath kabud thee.
Yeah.
Seek ye Yahuwah,
Wow.
he may be found.
Call ye.
Upon him,
Wow.
he is near.
That's the way we're going to do it. Or what you got? 3 and 7. You know what I want? Who Allah Shamut. Exodus. Listen to the book.
And Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the affliction of my arm,
What say?
which are in
Hold on for
Mizraim.
what happened now?
And Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the
How
affliction.
do you see? And what did he say?
I have surely seen the affliction of my arm,
Yeah.
which are in Mizraim,
And you
And
know
have-
where they at? And what else did you do?
and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters.
Hold on for a second. So what's going to happen? Go ahead.
For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of Mizraim.
Let's see what happened again. 57 and 1. Again, Yeshayahu. I'm confused. It's a breakdown somewhere here in communication. I'm just trying to pick this thing up and see where the break is at. Sometimes you got a light and it won't come on when you flick the switch. First thing you want to do is shake the bulb. Shake the bulb. Take the bulb, put it somewhere else, you shake it, see if you hit a little rattle, look in and see if you can see it connected. Sometimes you might go put it in something else and see if it'll work somewhere else. Then you want to go back and you want to check your switch. Check the switch, get power, and you want to start to try to trace and see if it's a break from the switch over to where the light is or where it connects at. That's something we hadn't done. The switch and the bulb are not communicating. Yahuwah gives us the power to be able to do what we're doing. there's a break somewhere. Because we got loss of power. What we should be able to do, we're not able to do. So we need to check. We know the switch worked. There's no problem with the switch. It's some on us. Listen what he said at 59:1. Yeshayahu Isaiah, they call it. Listen.
Behold, Yahuwah's hand is not shortened,
That he do what?
that it cannot save,
See that? That it cannot save. What happened?
neither his ear heavy,
That he do what?
that it cannot hear.
What's the problem?
But your iniquities
And what happened?
have bedol between you
Separated between. Set a petition between. Who?
you,
And.
your Elohim.
So the light and the switch have a disconnect. There's a break between the switch and the bulb. And now we find out what it is. Somewhere in the line, there's a separation. Tell them what happened.
And your Qatar have hid his pani from you, that he will not hear.
Well, not here. And 3 and 7, U'ala Shamut. Exodus 3 and 7. Listen to the book.
And Yahuwah said,
And Yahuwah said.
I have surely seen the affliction of my arm, which are in Mizraim.
So if you hide your face, you can still see. He turned his face. I turned away from you. And he just sat here and just told these people that what happened? Surely. What
Seen
happened?
the affliction of
That
my
should
arm.
spark me. When I go back and start regurgitating Torah, you just say you saw them. How you don't see me? What else did he say?
Which are in Mizraim,
And you know where they at. What happened?
and have heard their cry.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. This not disturbing. Then he said he heard their cry. You heard Sa'ak. The cry was a cry of help. Now, just hearing a cry is not enough. He understood what they were saying when they cried. Listen what else he said.
By reason of their taskmasters.
He knew what was making them cry because of the abuse. Not only have I watched them, I hear them. I know why they're crying because of their abuse. What else, Chris?
For I know their sorrows.
And I know their sorrows. Can you imagine he told us that? That he knew it. Hold what you got. 53 and 1. Yeshayahu. Because they won't. Isaiah, as they call it, 53 and 1. Listen to the book.
Who have believed our report,
And
to whom is the arm of Yahuwah revealed.
he said it wasn't short that they couldn't save. Listen.
For he shall grow up before him
As
a tender plant,
and
as a root out of a dry ground.
listen.
He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him,
What happened?
there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Listen.
He is despised,
And
rejected of Anashim.
can you believe that? That he was despised and rejected of other men? Tell them what has happened.
A ish
What?
sorrows
Ish
of sorrows,
and
acquainted with grief.
at 3 and 7. Listen to the book.
And Yahuwah said,
What did he say?
I have surely seen the affliction of my arm,
I've seen, I didn't hide my face. What else happened?
which are in Mizraim,
And I know where they at,
and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters.
and I can hear. I know exactly what they're crying concerning. What happened?
For I know their sorrows.
Say, how would he do that? Unless he was a man acquainted with it. Was Yahuwah telling me he was going to be a man? You can't possibly know what I'm going through if you ain't been through it. That would be hypothetical just to say, man, I know what you're going through being black. I'd be like, how that work? You could. So for Yahuwah to say, he knows my sorrow, are you serious? Are you serious? He was declaring to me that he was going to be a man. The only way you can know it, you got to go through it.
That's right.
I should have been looking for this.
That's right.
I should have been looking for this. Because Yahusha did the same thing when he was on the tube. Ali, lama sabatana, that is to say, my Elohim, why hast thou? He heard it when we cried. 400 some years, we felt forsaken. Zaun even said Yahuwah had forsaken us.
That's right.
That's how our cry was. He could hear it. He said, and I know their sorrow. So we should have been looking for a man that was going to come and going to be acquainted with us. I'm familiar. You know that nice to make your acquaintance? After I meet you, he said, I'm going to be acquainted with it. I'm going to come down and see. Huh? He would have told us that when he came down to Sodom and Gomorrah, he was going down to see it. He been telling us for the longest he was coming down, didn't he?
Yes,
we should have been looking.
That's right.
It's all go down and I'll see. He been telling us for the longest he was coming down to see. Wow. Then we should have been looking when Yasharal sent down his ben, Yahusa, to go and see whether things be good with your Akim. We should have been looking. How was he going to come down to see me? He was going to send his son to come down and see how things be with me, whether it be well or something. Huh? Can you imagine? He been telling me he's going to come down. I should have been looking. Should have been conscious. Tell me what else happened in Mizraim. He said he know our sorrows. And tell me what happened.
And I am come down.
And you done what?
I am come down.
To do what?
Deliver them.
To save them. He came down to save them.
That's right.
Can you believe that? That's what he did. He told us on one short. When he told us that, because he knew we would consider what he did here. Yeshayahu's speech will only make sense to people that had knowledge of what he did here. I can hear and I can see. I'm not going to hear you and I'm not going to see you. And I'm not going to help you. But I know he can do it. Because he done it before. It was to let you know something was wrong. There's a break in communication. Something has failed us. Finish up 55 and 6. Yes, Yahoo. Where you left off at? 55 and 6? 55 and 7? Yes, Yahoo. Isaiah, as they call it. Was it 55 and 7? Listen to the book.
Let the wicked forsake his way.
Hold on. Remember at 6. Seek ye.
Yahuwah,
While
he may be found.
Call.
Ye upon him.
While
he is near.
So let me ask y'all a question. Solstice. It's only 2 times that it draws back and it draws closer. He just told us when to call. When he's close. That's how he could hear. That's why they could hear. That's why I could hear him. That's why I could see him. You got to know the time of when to call. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of problem is positioning. Everything is about positioning. It's positioning. When did he tell you to, if he just told me to call you upon him while he is near, what does that mean? I'm not always going to be here. I'm going to draw back. It's going to put you in the solstice. 2 times of a year, he pulls closer, he draws back. He just told me when to call while he is near. When they was in Mizraim, you're not going to believe it. You know what they was getting ready to come up on? Passat, Masut, which means the solstice will put the Shamash closer. What sin that made him tell me when he knew? They told me the Lord always available. You can call him anytime. Ain't y'all heard that? Why does he tell me to call while he's near? I tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. We start looking at that separation And it happened to us too. Even during the season when the solstice would put it closer. You know, we had this same problem. 27, Matayahu. Matayahu 27, 35. I almost said that, Matayahu. (26) and 5. Hold that for me. Let's hit it 27:35. And play with it a little bit. 27:35, 26, and about 5. Listen to the book.
And they crucified him.
What did they do?
And parted his garments,
Yeah.
casting lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Nabi.
Yeah, what happened?
They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots.
What happened?
And sitting down, they watched him there,
Yeah.
and set up over his head his accusation written.
Like what?
This is Yahusha, the Malak of the Yahudim.
How important this was for us? What would this make us think of? Babel. This was what they tried to do in Babel in the 11th chapter. We won't participate in it. That's why you are bar, the other side. When they built Babel, we had nothing to do with that. That's why they were dispersed and their language was changed. They all left the language that we already speak, that we were inherently given of the Abari people. This was important for us. Their whole purpose was that they were trying to build them a tower and get them a name. And it might reach to Shamash. But sitting down there, watched him there. You ain't going to believe it. His accusation was over his head. This is that tower. 18 and 10. Marshall Lee. Proverb, they call it. Let's see what the book says. This is Marshall Lee. Proverb 18 and 10, they call it. Listen to the book.
The Shem of Yahuwah is a strong tower.
Hold what you got. 19 and 19. Your Ukanan. John. Your Ukanan. 19 and 19. Listen to the book.
And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the tube. And the writing was, Yahusha of Nazareth, the Malak of the Yahudim.
Tell them what happened.
This title then read many of the Yahudim.
For the place?
Was where Yahusha was crucified.
Where Yerusha or Yahusha?
Where Yahusha was crucified.
Yeah, was not.
To the city.
And how was it written?
And it was written in Abari and in Greek and Latin.
It's supposed to be believed it actually was written in about 70 different languages. His name would have been written in almost 70 different languages. That's what they say. That's what they say. Because all the different dialects and people were there. Even our people didn't even speak the language anymore. Our people, we've always lost our name because of intermarriages and being up on these other people. Then we rear our children up to speak just like the rest of them. You ask any Asian family, you ask any Hispanic family, when they typically bring their kid here, the goal is to teach them to be American. And to be an American is to speak English. And to speak English is to eventually get away from your own language. So now you start to call them by his English name. So to make sense, they had other names as well that would have been written. Because all of our people didn't speak it. We know that. Malcolm Yah proved it. That there was some there that couldn't even speak the language. So if you'd have put Yahusha up there, they wouldn't know what you put anyway. Unless you would have wrote it in Roman or wrote it in Greek. Unless you wrote it in Latin. He told her he found something there. The kids didn't speak the language. If they couldn't speak it, how were they going to read it? Just being honest with you. Just being honest with you. If they couldn't speak it, how are they going to read it? You can read something you can't speak. Wouldn't make sense because you don't even know the discipline. But you know the discipline of Latin and Greek. You know the discipline of English. You just don't know the discipline of our language. So it made sense for you to been there that it would have had other names written other than in our language. Listen, they just only broke it down to the three major languages that would have been at that time, which would have been Abari, Greek, and Latin. Those would be your three disciplines. Listen.
Then said the Rosh Kohanim of the Yahudim to Pilate, write not the Malak of the Yahudim,
But
that he said, I am Malak of the Yahudim.
what did Pilate say?
Pilate answered, what I have written, I have written.
That's beautiful. At 18 and 10, Mashallah. Then we'll go back to 27, 35. Then we'll get Matthew chapter 26 and verse 5. Listen to the book. We jumped off a little bit. The name
of Yahuwah
is
a strong tower.
When you were taught about a tower? In Babylon.
That's right.
In Babylon. You were taught about a tower. That's the first time you heard about a tower. And when you heard about it, they told you they were going to build one and get them a name, and it was going to reach to Shamash.
That's right.
Well, he just came along and just told you about the name you should have been looking for. He just told you that the name of Yahuwah
is a strong tower.
What do the Sadiq do?
Runneth into it
and
is safe.
They weren't safe. That's why he didn't let them build it. Why you think he dispersed when they left off from it? When it made sense and let you know they ain't had a name. When it made sense that they had the name and he didn't let them build it, and wouldn't let them build it. They didn't have it. It wasn't right. Stop off what you're doing. Babel. That's all y'all doing. They're killing time. But he just told her that the name of Yahuwah is a strong tower, that the Sadiq went into it and are safe. So we should have been looking for his name. I don't know what we're going to do. Yahushua is Yahuwah's salvation. He just told us that. Being safe is being saved or being secure. So we should have been looking for that name. That's why Pilate couldn't stop it. This is Yahushua, the Malak of the Yahudim. We knew that's the tower. All this would have already back to our mind. The name of Yahuwah is a strong tower. That this is what's going to save us. Pick me up at Matthew 1:23. I don't know what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do with y'all? Look at 1:20, 1 and 20. Listen. But while he yet, get your battery. What we got? Matthew 1 and 20. Listen to the book.
But while he thought on these things, behold, the Malachim of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a dream, saying,
What did it say?
Yahusuf, thou ben of Daoud, fear not to take unto thee Marim, thy Ashah, for that which is conceived in her is of the
So
Ruach
you call him the
HaKodesh.
Ben of Daoud. What would that mean for you now? Been the house. He would have been of the house. He'd have been of the seed. He'd have been in the family. That's how important it is for you. That he would call him the Ben of Daoud. He'd have been of the seed. Somewhere this thing is continuing. All right, listen.
And she shall bring forth a Ben.
And what happened?
Thou shalt call his Shem Yahusha,
Yeah.
for he shall save his arm from their kotah.
That's a strong tower. That's a strong tower. Can you imagine that? That's a strong tower. Can you believe that? That's going to secure us. That's going to save us. Y'all all right? I don't know what to tell you. Come on, finish this month of Yahoo, 27, 35, 26, 26 and 5. Let's see what he told us. So y'all a reversal.
27.
27, 35, 26 and 5. Listen to the book.
And they crucified him and parted his garments,
And what did
casting
they-
lots, that
Go
it
ahead.
might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Nabi. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots.
Listen.
And sitting down, they watched him there, and set up over his head his accusation written.
See, not even knowing all they just set up was a strong tower. They were looking at the accusation. They didn't realize the name was up there.
That's right.
So you got to manipulate people. Even Shaul told y'all in the 2 Corinthians 12 chapter, he said, being crafty, I caught you with guile. They were so worried trying to get him accused of something, but they put the accusation up. They didn't pay attention to the name. All they were looking at, they just told you, they were looking at his accusation. Yahushua is going around saying that he the Malak of the Yahudim, and you done stuck it up on a tower. Or just made it a tower. They can run in it. That's what we do. We had to get in him. You didn't believe what he told you, except you abide in me. What was he trying to tell us? He was security. He was safety. He tried to tell exactly, we're going to have to abide in, like we're saying, abide in the vine. Strong tower. He said, you get in this, you saved. That's how important it was for us to get the name. We needed it. Everybody been trying to get a name. Why y'all think the Greeks got Zeus and all these other people? Everybody trying to get a name. Thor. How y'all think these people keep coming with this stuff? Buddha and coming up, and the Indian guy Kaji, whatever that little damn boy name is, a little freak ass. Yeah, right, little Gilligan Island ass. Everybody trying. They got the other one got Muhammad. Everybody been trying to get one, and they've been using these names for salvation. Everybody been trying to get one. That was the whole prototype. They told you what happened. They've been looking for something that could keep them and keep them from being dispersed. That name brought everybody down. That name brought them down. Don't worry about it. Listen.
And set up over his head his accusation written.
Yeah.
This is Yahusha, the Malak of the Yahudim.
What happened?
Then were there 2 thieves crucified with him,
What were they at?
one on the right hand,
And
another on the left.
listen.
And they that passed by reviled him,
Doing what?
wagging their heads,
What happened?
and saying, Thou that destroyest the temple,
Y'all hear this? Thou that destroyed the temple.
and buildest it in 3 yamim,
Tell them what happened.
save thyself.
What happened?
If thou be the Ben of Elohim,
Yeah.
come down from the toot.
Yeah.
Likewise also, the Rosh Kohanim mocking him with the scribes and Zakan said,
What did they say?
He saved others.
Him what?
Self he cannot save.
Tell them what happened, son.
If he be the Malak of Yashraal,
Do what?
let him now come down from the toot, and we will believe him.
So what y'all think the problem was? Huh? Come on, exactly. Their sin has separated. Their sin has separated between them and the Elohim so that he would not hear them. He put it right in their face. Now you just seen the Solstice. When the Shamash should have been closer, it was away from them. Wow. Wow. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine when it was close to us that he actually made this thing go back? Can you imagine him doing that? It should have been closer to us, but it wound up drawing back. Even Koskik Yah told him he knew what he could do. He said, I know you can make it come down. I want to see you make it go back up. Draw right back from you. We're in bad shape. Here it is, it should have been closer. He let us know you only got a certain amount of time, a window that's open. And in the book said, so an interest was ministered unto us. That's what Cuff told us. He said an interest was ministered to us. We missed it. You can miss your window of opportunity. Ain't it right, Lachey? That thing could close on you. But for a lot of us, you only have a certain time. You know when those people go out here and claim to go to space, they'll claim it's a certain time they can come back in. It's a window, a period where you can be able to enter back into the atmosphere safely.
right.
They declare, they say. There's a certain time period when you even look at with him, just like you have a time and a season for harvesting. That's why you had to know about it, because certain times you knew you weren't going to get certain things. That's why you had a storehouse to put stuff up, because there was going to be a time where you couldn't get that particular fruit, that particular wheat, that particular grain. So you had to put it up. You know what the book told you to do? Lay up in store. There's going to be a time you ain't going to be able to get it. You know, even your book told you in the 8th chapter of the book of Amos, there was going to be a famine. It was not going to be a Lakam or Ma'in, but it was going to be of Shama, the Debar. They're going to wander to and fro, from the north even to the east, seeking the Debar of Yahuwah, and can't find it. So you know what you're going to need to do? You're going to need to stay in store, keep in store. You were going to learn that from being husbandmen, that you were going to have to put it up, because it was going to come a time it was going to be precious and it was going to be rare. You ain't going to be able to get it. He's been preparing us for this. He's been preparing us for this. This is what he told in the 26th chapter of the book of Matthew, 26 and 1. Matter of fact, make it 20. Yes, I said 26 and 5. Let's say 26 and 1. How you going to be 5 if you ain't never been 1? So I try to get y'all finished and get y'all in. I'm bored y'all to death. Y'all going to see it. Time going to come. Y'all going to see. Y'all going to see it. It's going to get tight. It's going to get real tight. Y'all wonder going to close on y'all. Listen. You'll see. Listen.
And it came to pass,
What happened?
when Yahushua had finished all these sayings,
Yeah.
he said unto his Methitas,
You hear that? He had finished all these things. He said to his Matheta. What did he tell him?
Ye know that after 2 Yamim
See that? You know after 2 Yamin is the what?
is the Muhadi
You
of
see that?
Pesach,
It's the Muhadi of Pesach.
and the Ben of Ish is betrayed to be crucified.
What happened?
Then assembled together the Rosh Kohanim and the scribes and the Zakan of the unto the palace of the High Kohan, who was
Rosh
called
Kohan.
Rosh Kohan, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Yahusha
What
by
happened?
subtlety.
See that? Sound that before, ain't it? Serpent. He got to tell them they were generations of vipers. He did. Well, Yehukanan told, he told them they were generational vipers. And now they proving themselves to show you why. Listen, through subtlety. Listen.
And kill him.
And killed.
And kill him.
And killed him. People do say killed. Man, they killed that man. Y'all heard me say that? Killed. Hey, that's a skirt. And kill him. What'd you say?
Kill.
Just checking. Not killed, not the thing
I
that
didn't
well.
say kill.
Go ahead.
But they said, not on the Muhadi,
Tell them why.
lest there be an uproar among the
Listen.
Now, when Yahusha was in Bethany in the house of Shimon the
What
leper,
happened?
there came unto him an Ashah having an alabaster box
What did she do?
of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat.
Yeah.
When his Mathetas saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor.
Listen to this.
When
Do y'all not know they could have took this oil and they could have sold it and they could have gave it to the poor? They know that this is just stupid for her to take this stuff and bust it up and just pour this stuff on this man's head. This stuff could have went somewhere else to a better use. What did he say?
When Yahusha understood it,
When he
said unto
understood
them,
it? When he saw what they were doing? When he
Why?
figured out why?
trouble ye the Ashah,
See that? Why are you troubling her? What happened?
for she hath wrought a ta'ud work
See
upon
that?
me.
She have done a towel work for me. Tell them what happened.
For ye have the poor always with you.
You had a who?
Poor always with you.
You had a who?
Poor always with you.
I couldn't imagine what you tell me next.
But me ye have not always.
Because of the solstice. I got a time period. I gotta go. 14 and 1, Yehukanan. Maybe y'all will believe him. Yehukanan 14 and 1. I don't get me Abarine. I'm gonna let y'all go. Yahuwah will. 9:27. This is Euchanan, John 14:1. Listen to the book.
Let not your lob be troubled.
What happened?
Ye Aman in Allahim.
You hear that? You're secure in Elohim. So what do you want me to do?
Aman also in me.
He said, then you can be secure in me. Tell him what happened, son.
In my Abba's Beth are many mansions.
See that? Listen what happened.
If
And
it
what-
were not so,
What happened?
I would have told you.
And see that? If it was a lie, I would have told you. What you gonna do?
I go to
I Solstice. To do what?
prepare a Malkum for you.
Tell me what happened.
And if I go and prepare a Malkum for you,
Tell me what you gonna do.
I will come again.
I'll Solstice again. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I told you, it draws to and it goes away. He just told you what I'm going to do. He tried to tell y'all what to do, call upon him while he is near. Because he got time period. You got to work in a time. He's got a window of opportunity. Right? So there's an opportunity time, and you can miss opportunities, a favorable time, occasion, favorable time, opportunity. Okay. Yeah, favorable time. You'll be fine. Isn't that right? When things work, that's why they got the cry heard, Sa'ak in Mizraim. That was a favorable time, that was opportunity. You ever heard people say, what you got to do when? You didn't believe what he told you. I knock at the door. And then any man do what? Oh, guess what happened? This is your win. This is your time. Solstice. That's why that would make sense when they'd have heard it. It just don't make sense to us because we don't think like that. We don't pay attention. That's how they would have known everything by the Shamash, by the Yari, by the Kukabin. All these things were symbolic. He told, think about Abraham when they look, you always looking up saying, listen, your house is going to be larger than this. So you know why he could have Amunah? He could move toward Elohim with confidence. Because I could see that. He said, think of a number you can't count. 3? That's it. He got to see. Look, take him to the water. If you can count the sand of the sea, you know a man gonna scoop it and just try. Impossible. How you going to be able to number all of this if you can't number what's in your hand? Then guess what? This is how your descendants will be. Everything again, I got to be able to see it. Nobody ever operate by this stuff they got to my no faith. It don't work. Faith is a substance thing, hope for evidence of things unseen. Now, I can't move with that kind of confidence because I don't know if you'll really do it. Faith is really not that he'll do it. I know he'll do what he said. Everybody activate out what they knew he would do. I don't know what people get this stuff from. People need to know. That's just how they operate. They need to know. Things had to be assured. He couldn't just come down there, we walking out no Mizraim. We don't operate like that. You know what that man had to come do? Everything we had to show it to us first. Take them and show it to them because we don't operate like we Christians do that. Nobody, all these years, nobody never explained me. He never went to Mizraim and did. Surely Yahuwah does nothing. Hell, I don't know what's going on, locusts and everything going on here. I don't know who that's coming from. They have a God as well. That little shithole fox they be following. Isn't that right? Hell, I wasn't going nowhere no man with no fox head on. I'd be watching that joker. Joker cut all up too. You on steroid, big man. Isn't that right? What you doing, big man? Why you look like that? Oh, that damn thing that ain't a little Red Riding Hood grandmama. I'm not following that thing nowhere. No, it make no sense. I don't know what we're gonna do this for. It's just bad. This man actually was told to go and show them. He had to work all those signs, those odds, right there to our Zakan, our El, before he could even do it in Mizraim. Because we don't work like that. What make you think we're just gonna know you because you start doing this stuff? Well, what's going on? Had to show it up, because that's your law. Surely he does not except he revealed it to his Abadin, the Nabaim. He had to show it to them. Christians gave us that. Faith is why we stay oppressed. There is no such thing as faith. Substance of nothing hoped for, evidence of nothing unseen. It does not make sense to people that have five senses. Five senses. Faith, substance of thing hoped for, evidence of thing unseen. How is this going to work when I have five senses? I can see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. Explain to me how faith is going to work when this is how you made me. How is faith going to work? Abraham was told to look at the cockaboo, look at the sand of the sea. All these things, you can count them. You can't. Now you have something to consider. Who put them there? Elohim. Then surely he can give me the seed that will outnumber this. Who put the sands here? He kept declaring what he did. I stretched forth the Shamash alone, spread abroad the rocks by myself. We had to know this. So I tell you, if there be another God, he said, let him declare it. He told him to come forth and bring forth your witnesses. Because he knew when he declared, I am, he said, even ye are my witnesses. You should jump on the scene when they told him. He said, listen, just be up front with y'all. He said, I ain't said nothing in secret. Whenever I taught, it was open. Ask them. They heard me. He said, they heard me. Because he let them know had to have witnesses. Everything that he said, I ain't said nothing in secret. Whenever I taught to enter the synagogue, ask them. They heard me. He know how we operate. Got to have some witnesses. Let these people make no fool out of y'all. I don't have faith. I can't use it. Christians taught me I had faith. Hell, I sat there and lied to. I got to go what I know. That's how he made me up. Five senses. Y'all can count. You do this? Pick me up. Ephesians 5, 4 and 8. I'm not telling I'm getting ready to let y'all go. Then I finish at 9:27. We can get out of here. Y'all go to work in the morning and tell your boss I kept you up. Oh, someone going. They going, how you know that? I say you got 2 more houses. Where big Arab at? Out of here. How I know he at work? How I know that? I'm probably working on the railroad. Oh, the little long day with my daughters on. That man had some. We joined him back in 1974. He had them daughters. He still got them. That thing just rock hard. They don't even bend when we walk. That joker dribble and walk. Got them Herman Monster shoes on playing basketball. Listen to the book.
Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high,
What did he do?
he led captivity captive,
Can't you imagine that? When he ascended up on high. That's the solstice. He's going away. Listen what he did.
and gave Barak unto Anashim.
See what he did? He gave gifts to Anashim. And what did he do?
Now that he ascended,
See, now that he came down,
what is
happened?
it but that he also descended first?
I'm sorry, that he went up, he came down first. See the solstice working? Come close, go back. Trying to show it to him, it's there. Listen what else happened.
Into the lower parts of the Arat.
What happened?
He that descended is the same also that ascended
Well,
up far above all Shamayim,
look how far he got away. Tell him what happened.
that he might feel all things.
See that? So he can fulfill all things. Listen,
And he gave some apostles,
1 sense. Come on.
and some Nabaim,
2 cents.
and some evangelists,
3 cents.
and some Ra'ah,
4 cents.
and teachers,
For what?
for the perfecting of the Kodash.
5 senses. He know how to operate. He just know how to operate. It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. That's why he gave me senses, because it's got to make sense. He got to give me things that's going to speak to my senses. Otherwise, it ain't going to make no sense. You can have faith. I'll show you my work. You can't show me your work by your faith. Because it's something you ain't got. It's something that, in other words, it don't exist. That's it.
That's right.
In other words, it don't exist.
That's right.
Because you said it. Amunah is not the same thing. There's a misconception. Just what people tell you. Amun is secure. It's firm for us. That's something solid. That's what we go with. That's why I had to give us a rock. That's why I had to get a rock. It's got to be something solid. Y'all all right? That's why you got the nail. Like it's the yatad, the peg, or the nail. Because that's for you to secure things. You would get notes, and you'll get that, and you'll stick it in there so you make sure it wouldn't go nowhere. That's what he did for me. He wrote all this, put it on a man, and stuck it up on a stick to make sure it didn't go nowhere. Because he know how I am, I'm going to need to see it. And I'm going to need to taste it. I'm going to need to hear it. That's why I can hear him cry out. Then I'm going to need to feel it. When he came in and told me, listen, he told me to take, and he wanted us to feel it. Because he know how, 5 senses. He know everything that has got to speak to my senses. I don't know what the people are doing. I don't know what the people are doing. Can you believe that? That these people got us to buy into faith? That's Christian antics. It doesn't even make sense. Nobody operated with this stuff. This is stuff white people conjured up and gave it us, and we started running around like crazy as hell and started thinking this was a belief. It doesn't make sense. And people operate on what they knew. I'm trying to tell you, that's what we got to do. We just got to clean up a lot of stuff. That's all. Just clean up a lot of stuff so we got a direction. We know why we do what we do. Just get rid of all of these notions that people done gave us and set this stuff up. It just don't work for us. Because it did, we wouldn't be in this condition. If everything these white people gave was right, it's just like somebody saying it's the truth. White people gave us the worst medicine, worst neighborhood, worst food, worst education, and the worst ass whipping we ever got. Why in the world they give us the best God? Why? How much did they do all that and come on give you the best God? That ain't even in their nature. Everything you've been serving and doing have come from people that have given you the worst of everything. Hell, when you got the pig, you didn't know what a damn chop was except when that crocker hit you in your throat. That's all the chops you ever had in your life. Crocker gave you chitlin, ears, nose, the foot, the brain, the nuts. Told you some mountain oysters. Damn nuts. Get on damn bowl of no pig nuts. He did everything he could to degrade you. Everything he could do to degrade you. You've been so proud of yourself. Another transgression. Can we do something right quick? Barashik. Two and 6. 3 and 1. This won't take long. Hopefully. Listen to the book.
But there went up a mist from the Arats and watered the whole Pani of the Adumah. And Yahuwah Elohim formed each of the dust of the Adumah and breathed into his nostrils the breath of Kai,
And tell them what happened. Other one, homie, Uyakro 11:1. Listen.
and each became a Kai Nephash.
He became a living soul, as they would call it. Listen.
And Yahuwah Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the Ish whom he had formed, and out of the Adumah made Yahuwah Elohim to grow every ox that is pleasant to the sight, and ta'u for food.
See what he did? And there he did what now? He put the man, the Ish, and what he formed to grow out of the ground?
Made Yahuwah Elohim to grow every ox that is pleasant to the sight, and ta'u for food, the ox of Kai also in the midst of the garden, and the ox of knowledge of Ta'ub and Rasha.
At verse 16. Then you'll go to 3:1. And he got me Uyakra 11:1. Listen.
And Yahuwah Elohim amar the Ish, saying,
He commanded the man, saying,
of every ox of the garden thou mayest freely eat,
of every tree of the garden, thou may freely eat.
but of the ox of the knowledge of Ta'ub and Rasha
What happened?
thou shalt not eat of it.
You hear what happened? What happened?
For in the yum that thou eatest thereof,
In the yum that thou eatest thereof.
thou shalt surely moot.
Do y'all understand that? Do you understand that? Do you understand that? What was going to happen? What did he tell the Ish?
But of the ox of the knowledge of Ta'ub
Tell him
and
before
Rasha.
that. Tell him before that.
And Yahuwah Elohim amar the Ish, saying,
He commanded the man, saying,
of every ox of the gone
thou
mayest freely eat.
what?
Of the ox of the knowledge of Ta'ub and Rasha
What happened?
thou shalt not eat of it.
Tell him what happened, son.
For in the yum that thou eatest thereof,
Tell him what happened.
thou shalt surely moot.
Y'all understand that? At 3:1. Same book by Rashid. They call Genesis. Listen.
Now the Nakash was more subtle than any beast.
Subtle or subtle? 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 Pasha, you agree with that? It says subtle? Huh? Subtle. That's what I said. He said subtle. Are you confident with subtle?
I wouldn't lead you wrong.
I know you was, but you looked at me with this confidence stuff like, hell, I'm finna dive over there in a minute, like a bucket of water. That man at me with a straight ass face, like, subtle. Subtle. What is that, like, subtle? This ain't speaking in my 5 senses. I'm about to feel his ass in a minute, isn't that right? Isn't that right? About to start working some of these senses. Finna touch that joker right quick. Like AT&T, reach out and touch someone. Come on, where we at now?
Than any beast of the field
Yeah.
which Yahuwah Elohim had made.
What happened?
And he said unto the Ashah,
What did he say?
Yea, hath Elohim said, ye shall not eat of every ox of the gone.
You hear that? Has Elohim said that you should not eat of every ox tree in the garden? What happened, son?
And the Ashah said
What did she say?
unto the Nakash,
This is what she said to the serpent.
we may eat of the pari
We may eat of the fruit
of the ox of the gone,
of the tree of the garden.
but of the pari of the ox, which is in the midst of the gone,
Paying attention?
Elohim hath said,
Elohim had
said,
what happened?
ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die.
At 11:1. Yakra, Leviticus they call it, 11:1. Did y'all understand it? Do you understand it? 11:1. Yakra. Listen to the book.
And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe and to Aharon, saying unto them, Speak unto the Bani of Yasharal, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the arats.
Yeah.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divideth the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you.
So it give you an example of what a wolf in sheep clothing look like. They'll have some similarities. They'll eat their food, and then while they'll regurgitate it back up, and they'll chew it twice. These are the animals he told you that you could eat. That's nasty, ain't it? Especially when your law tell you at the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Let every word be established. Can you imagine they eat it twice? Can you imagine that? Your law, you can't receive it unless you get it at least twice. Nasty, huh? Listen to the book.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
Yeah.
He is unclean unto you.
Y'all hear that? Listen.
And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you.
Talking about a rabbit. Listen.
And the swine, though he divideth the hoof,
What happened?
and be cloven-footed,
What happened?
yet he cheweth not the cud.
See that? They let you know. Can you imagine that? That's a split and it's still together. Listen.
He is unclean unto you.
Yeah.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
Huh? Hold on for a minute. What?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
I wonder what that means. Let me see what she said again at 3 and 1 about her sheep. I'm confused, Liz. Confused. Barashit 3 and 1. Listen to the book.
Now the Nakash was more subtle than any beast of the field
More.
which Yahuwah Elohim had made.
Yeah.
And he said unto the Ashah, Yea, hath Elohim said, Ye shall not eat of every ox of the gone. And the Ashah said unto the Nakash, We may eat of the pari of the ox of the gone, but of the pari of the ox which is in the midst of the gone, Elohim hath said, Ye shall not eat of it.
You should not do what?
Eat of it.
You should not do what?
Eat of it.
What else?
Neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
I want to be okay if I don't eat pork, but I carry it around. That'd be all right, you think? That'd be all right if I told around some alligator tails? It is unclean unto you. That's how important it was to hear her message. It's deeper than what we've been going. Yeah, some divers say, I can't sell it to the stranger. I ain't touching that shit. That's your stuff. Why they couldn't touch it? They weren't going to eat it. Probably one of them things, well, now I say unto you. Colossians chapter 2, at verse 18. He finished me up at 9:27 Operations. I told him that's why I'm going to let him go in. Listen to the book. I don't hold me 9:27 Operations. Listen to the book. Get ready to go. Listen.
Let no ish beguile you of your reward.
In a what?
In a voluntary humility.
That's what they did before. Or get you home and I make a fool out of you and took your reward from you. That's what they did to them, sucking them out in the garden. These folks make a fool out of. That's what I'm saying. We ain't got no defense. We don't know how to put an offense up. Sit around these folks suck a fool. They make a fool out of us, man. Got another pastor. Why white folk don't be worried about going to hell? They fictionalize a lot of this stuff. Make it bad for you. White people didn't make it up. Hell, they get through showing you Jason, they make all these killer movies. What kind of sick-ass mind sit around and make up a kid drown in a lake and ass don't never die, keep coming back, mama, everybody dead in their family, keep stabbing folk ass up, then you shoot me, jump up with a soccer, man. I wouldn't want my kid to play no hockey after seeing that shit. White folks still take their kid out there. Nigga get a soccer man hanging from his mirror and stuff, scared as hell himself. How you gonna go out trick or treat with a damn man, Michael Myers, still trying to kill Jamie Foxx ass? What that woman name? Same people, Jamie Curtis and Jamie Foxx ass. He just don't know that thing. How in the world they sit here and they play with this and they still take their kids out? Knowing other white people watch this stuff and they take their practice on. What kind of sick mind sit up and make up shit like that? Why they make up a movie where black people kick racist white people's asses and take back control of the country? Because they know if they did, your ass are immolated. They ain't that sick, huh? Go make that movie. They said, no, that's crazy. We don't want to do that. What do you think that shit you been doing here? Start trying that little ugly ass Yoda? Ain't that little ugly ass thing to me like that? That's sick. Other damn boy been fighting Darth Vader. That's it, daddy? You been, what? You think you put a mask on Henry Grant? I know Henry Grant ass. What's that, nigga? I'll bust your damn snot now. I said, Henry Grant. I know the man. They don't need no mask. They don't, I know they're like that skull cap on O.J. Simpson. That's still O.J. Simpson. That fool just make up stuff that make no sense. Come on, fill this up. I heard some of they feeling. Listen.
And worshiping Amaleki, intruding into those things which he hath not seen,
Yeah.
vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind,
What happened?
and not holding the head, from which all the body by joints and bands having nourishment ministered and knit together, increaseth with the increase of Elohim. Wherefore, if ye be moot with Mashiach,
If you be moot with this Mashiach, if you be dead with the Mashiach, that's what he told you.
from the rudiments of the Arat,
From the elementary principles of the world.
why, as though Kai in the Arats, are ye subject to ordinance?
See that? Why though living in the world are you subject to ordinance? I couldn't imagine what they're going to tell me.
Touch not,
Never heard that before. I ain't never, first time I've heard that. Well,
taste not,
never heard it before, first time. But now I say unto you, eat anything you want.
handle not,
Handle not. We'll go him.
which all are to perish with the using.
So it's still in effect. Touch not, taste not, handle not. Why ain't you telling me believe and receive to achieve? All this, go with your senses. I don't know what the people doing. All this, go along with your senses. Go along with your disciplines. It's got to make sense because you got 5 of them. Now, some of them got 6 of them. They little crazy-ass kid on Bruce Willis movie. You're going to take all 6 and sit your ass down somewhere. Ain't that right? I don't have time for all that extra stuff people trying to make up folk. They come up with that stuff. White folk create that stuff. Nobody make no fool out of you. Your 5 just working extra. Don't come all that old crazy shit you got in time to make up extra stuff. You can't verify. You can't signify. He never said you got. Just stay with what the man gave you. Stop trying to be overly spiritual, trying to dig in the trash can with these people's stuff, and take your time. That's all I do is take our time. Finish that 9:27 so you get out of here. Come on, girl, and take the money. Listen to the book.
And as it is appointed unto Anashim
To do what?
once to moot
After what?
this
The what?
judgment,
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all hear that? So what happened?
Mashiach was once offered to bear the kata of many, and unto them that look for him
Tell them what happened.
shall he appear the second time.
See that? There's your solstice. See, he came one time, went back, and he's going to come back again. Can you imagine that? He's going to do it again. Listen.
Without kata,
Until what?
salvation.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good. Appreciate the Most High. Here we go.